Welcome back again. So before starting about Oracle Epics, I just want to show you first. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you one thing. There is a link called epics.world. This is a place where you can see uh, all active members who are highly involved into this Oracle Epics thing. So you can find all the developers who are actually working into Oracle Epics. They are somehow involved in Oracle Epics community. Maybe they are doing some plugin stuff, or they are doing some project and all those stuff. So whatever information you have, or you can find all kind of information in this in this window. You can go to this link using this epics.world. uh, I'll give you this link over in after this session as well, in my WhatsApp window, and in my web chat also. So this is the place where you can find all the information about Oracle Epics. So here you have if you are beginner, you can if you have any doubt about how I can start with, you can go to this place and you can actually start understanding about what actually Oracle Apex is. If you want to find job, or you want to see developers list, you can get it from here. If you want to see plugins, if you are understanding about plugin and you want to see how plugin can be used here into Oracle Apex, you can go to this plugin tab and you can see those information. We have a very strong community for Oracle Apex. These are the tabs. You can go one by one and you can go through all these tabs and you can understand what the people are doing and what they are actually talking about. Apart from that, we have three pans here, as you can see. First one is Slack, another one is news, and third one is Twit. So we have here three pans. This Slack is from a Slack channel. So if you are, we have a public Oracle Epic Slack. I'll provide you that link, that channel's link as well. So there people used to ask their technical stuff, their technical problem. So we can join this community as well. Then we have this news section. Here you will get all the information, all the new updates, or whatever whatever is happening in Epic's world, you will get here in this news update. And then we have this Twitter window. So here you will get all the Twitters related to Oracle Epics. Maybe they are working on some new stuff, or they're like sharing the knowledge or something like that. So this is going to help you a lot. uh, After this session, you can have look into this epics.world link. Okay, so now let's start with our technical stuff. So what I did yesterday, I went to this epics.oracle.com. Let's hit again, and let's log in into this the site. And guys, meanwhile, I just want to tell you that you are going to get a document of all these things. What I'm teaching you here, all these things you'll get document in proper stepwise manner. So don't worry about that. If you forget any step, what to do after this thing, so don't worry about that. I'll make a document. I'll circulate among all of us. So the last day, what the workspace name was Future Developer. So you have to fill your credential. If you remember, I have created this thing yesterday. So using the same credential, I have entered into this workspace. So as I told you last time, that workspace is a big place, and there we used to place small applications. So application getting contained into the workspace. So workspace itself is an application which is going to help us to develop another application like that. So here today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain you each component of this Oracle Epics framework. This is uh, this is a beautiful framework from Oracle, and Oracle provide this free of cost. We are not going to pay anything to use this Oracle Epics framework. And I'll tell you that this framework is so much robust, or so much secure, or so much efficient enough to develop any kind of application. The application what you develop in React, the application what you can develop in Angular, those kind of applications you can develop in Oracle Apex itself. So this is the power of Oracle Apex, and the benefit is that you can develop those kind of applications in few minutes. It will not going to take your, I mean, a lot of time, as you have to, if you are doing an application into React, you have to actually write quite a big code to, you know, develop the application. But in Apex, we are getting everything. This is somehow like you have to drag and drop kind of feature. You can use drag and drop, and you have this writing your code features as well. So you can use both the thing, and you can make your application in the world-class application you can develop here. Okay, so now let's start with the component. Here we have, if you'll see, we have these things: application, app builder, SQL workshop, team development, app gallery. So I'll take you to this SQL workshop first, because we are learning SQL and PLSQL. How these SQL and PLSQL is going to get used into this application, that we will see first. So I'll quickly take you to this SQL workshop. So I have clicked on this tab. Here we have these components: object browser, we have SQL commands, we have SQL script, utility, and RESTful services. Now, what is object browser? Let's see this object browser. Here you will get list of all database objects. These are nothing but database objects. As Alok was telling you that you can create table, you can create view, you can create index. So these are nothing but database objects. So you can create all these database objects, and you can see the detail of these database object here under this object browser tab. Okay, so right now we don't have any table. I'll create the table and I'll show you how you can see those table information. I mean the structure of the table and the data inside the table. Okay, so this is the first thing. SQL, under SQL workshop we have object browser. Then we have SQL command, SQL commands. So this SQL commands is somehow the same thing what we have in SQL developer, but SQL developer is much more, you know, the proper database development tool. But this is basically for Oracle Apex, but it gives the same kind of look and feel as you have in SQL developer. Here also you can write your SQL code, you can write your DDL command, you can write your DML commands, and you can check what is happening after running those code. Okay, so as you can see, this is acting as a normal text field, right? So we can use this place to write our SQL commands, to create the table, to alter the table, to insert data into the table. I mean, just to see what is happening in the table, we can use this window. Okay, and then we have this
So,
as
Saurabh, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
yes, yes,
Can this window be used with the PLSQL commands also?
yes. We can use this window for PLSQL as well.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so we can actually create all kind of database object here. If you want to create procedure, which is nothing but a piece of PLSQL code, so you can write that and you can run those code here, and you can get to know what, I mean, you have all the flexibility. If you'll be having any error, you will be able to see those error here in this, you know, down window under result tab. You can see explain plan as well. If you'll go little higher side, you can see explain plan. You can use this describe tab. So all these things, all these features are there. I'll explain you when we will, you know,
But Saurav, I have one question here. Suppose
yes,
we write a one command here, create table, employee table here, right? So
yes,
which schema is going to be take, right?
yeah.
Because
So
we are not connected to any DB right now, right?
right. So for that, Vivek, what I have told you, that we are going to use this link, apex.oracle.com. So when you will log in into this apex.oracle.com, I mean sign up into this thing, you will be having a place where you will have to enter your schema name. So that schema is going to get allotted in, you know, I can say a cloud space of Oracle actually. So you're not going to use your machine, or you're not going to connect your schema with this interface, but you are going to create your own schema into cloud like that. So as you can see, I have created schema yesterday with the name future developer. So here you can see the schema name actually. And this is the schema where we are going to save all the database related stuff. Am I?
No, Saurabh, I have one question. So you are saying that when we go to this, right, apex.oracle.com, there
Yeah.
we need to sign up, right? First name, last name, email ID, and the workspace. So
Right.
workspace is the schema name,
No,
right?
workspace is not a schema name actually. You see, we have three different things. First, we have schema. Then we have workspace.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
Okay.
have user. Okay. So three different things are there. So you have to create your schema first. Inside that schema, you have to create workspace. And inside that workspace, you can create multiple users like that. It work. So schema means you are going to get a place where you can create your workspace, right? And then you can create multiple users to access that workspace. And you can create your
Okay.
application inside that workspace.
No, actually, Saurabh, I just opened the screen in front of me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to sign up, right? So
Yes.
first name, last name, email ID, and workspace and the country, right? So the
Right.
workspace, whatever I specified, that will be the schema name, right?
Here what is happening when you'll sign up actually, so it takes your workspace and schema name at the same time. So once you'll complete your first window credential, then you'll get another window where you'll have to enter your username and password, right? So this
Okay,
workspace.
okay,
Yes, yes.
okay. You continue. Actually, I will ask you later.
Okay, so maybe just do one thing to all you people. Just do a sign up first to this apex.oracle.com, and then you will understand how you can create, the schema, then the workspace,
So
then the user like that.
yeah. So what I understand is like when we log in with the credential, a schema is already allocated and which is connected to this workspace particularly, which is available on cloud. Okay, we need not to log into that schema particularly. That will be getting connected to this workspace. When we log in, that will be also accessible along with this. That is what is the thing,
Meant to
right?
say.
So
Right, right, right.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
Saurabh, what Alok is saying, I understood. But my question here is, suppose we have given the workspace as a feature developer, right?
Yes,
So that will create the schema name also as a feature developer, right?
yes, yes, right, because that will get allocated with the same name here.
By default, the schema name and the workspace are same, right? But these
Right,
are
right.
the two different entity. But okay, got it.
Yes, yes, these are two different entities. Okay, so shall I move ahead, or anyone has any other doubt?
Yeah, continue, continue.
Okay,
yeah,
so this
please
is
go
the
ahead. Yeah.
place where we write SQL code as well as PLSQL code. So you can write your complete, procedure. Let's say if you want to create a procedure or function, you can write complete procedure syntax here. And once you'll run the command, you'll get to know that your procedure got created successfully. And you can see that as a procedure is also a database object, you can see that name here under data object browser under this name. So if you'll search for procedures, if you'll successfully have created the procedure, you can get it here like that. Now let's come to SQL script. So what you can do here, so let's say if you have written any script in your text pad, so you can upload that text pad data, I mean the script, and you can run that script. And once the script will get run, you accordingly you'll get the result. If you have, let's say if you have written a function inside that text pad, and once you'll upload that file, so that function will get created here, and you can see again that function structure under this object browser. So we have various way to create database object in this Oracle Apex framework. Okay, we have another
Okay,
thing.
Saurabh, one more thing.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Like SQL script, right? So it
Mhm.
will allow the multiple SQL scripts, right?
Yes, you can write multiple scripts. Let's
If
say
I have
if
a
you have written.
five tables, suppose I have a five tables with a five SQL scripts, right?
Yes.
So I can execute in one shot, right?
Right. So
How we
you
can
just
do
have to
in
write.
the SQL development?
So maybe I'll show you quickly how you can write.
Development.
So let's say you have this place and you have written create table test1 call one number. This is your one table. Then you have created another table, create table test2 call to number. So using, this way you can write your multiple codes, multiple create statement, or if you want to write, you can write your procedure or function statement as well. So once this thing will get, you have written this thing, you just have to save it. I'm saving it here in desktop.
Yes, I got it. That what
Got
you're
it?
trying to say that. Yeah,
Okay.
but my question here is suppose in our real time what we are doing, right?
Hmm.
Suppose two developers are working on the different two tables, right? Test one and test two. So
Okay.
they are creating two different scripts. So when
Right.
we are going for the production deployment, right? So we are
Yes.
sending the two scripts, which we
Yes.
are not merging instead. So my
Yeah.
question here is it possible we can execute multiple scripts?
One by
Suppose
one.
one is for table, one is for index.
Yeah,
Yes. So
one by one,
that,
I think we can upload and run.
right, one by
Okay,
one. But again, that we have to check the dependency of the script. So the first
no,
script
no,
should,
yeah, 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 that is that's I know.
so
Okay,
that you have
yeah,
to
we can
actually
do that. Okay,
coordinate. Yes.
yeah, I got it, got it.
Okay. Yes. So here you can write those things, and then we have team development tab. So I'll explain you this thing later. This tab is getting used by the people, by the developers actually. If two or more developers are working on the same project, they can, create their the stuff what they are working on, they can maintain here, and other developer will get to know that what is happening with the project. Then we have this app gallery tab. So here we have three tabs: productivity app, sample app, and administration. I'll click on this thing and I'll show you. So these all apps are nothing but pre-developed applications from Oracle side. So you can use these applications. So this is, you can say that these applications are already developed. So you can use any of these applications just to learn what is happening inside the application. So let me show you one sample application as of now, and that is sample database application. So I'm going to unlock, or you can say I'm going to install this application. So for that, I have clicked on that tab, and now I'm going to install it. So this, by installing this, by following this process, what we are going to do, we are going to install an application. That application is going to have a lot more, data is already there. All the features are already going to get created. So I'm going to sign in into this application. Here you have to give the same password what you have given while creating the workspace actually. Yes. So this is the sample application what we have installed. So as of now, as you can see, we have a lot more feature in the Apex. This is nothing but dashboard. You can see how we can show numbers to the user. These are the top customers according to, I think, the amount here. We have top product. Then we have order date and tags. Multiple tags are getting used, so we have these tags. In left hand side, we have all these tabs, and here above you can see the username, help link, and this screenshot thing. We have this search field here above. So this is nothing but a sample application. I'm just showing you the layout and these things can be developed with Apex, and these are nothing but these things are getting developed over the data. So let's say uh, I'll show you the SQL workshop, because we have installed this application and a lot of data is coming in this application. So now we can see a lot of tables got created and other information got created here, and you can see these are the tables, and you can check all the database object here one by one, what these database objects are getting used in this application. So if I'll click on any of these table name, so this is how you can see the structure of the table. So for this table, these are the columns. This is the data type of this column, and additional information like that. So here under table tab, you can see the structure of the table. Under data tab, you can see what are the datas in this table. So here we have in Apex itself, we have this feature that we can click on this edit link, and we can we can change the table data or whatever you can do with your SQL command. So let's say I'll show you. Let's say I'm going to copy this table, and inside this SQL commands, I'm going to do this select star from this table name and click on this run button. Here you have the same data, what we were seeing here. So you can update the information using update command, or you can update information from here itself by clicking on this edit link. So this feature is already there in our Apex. This is nothing but from backend thing we are actually maintaining, or we are manipulating data. But for users, they have to, they have their insert and update commands written somehow behind the procedure and functions. Everything is written behind this button, or every region you can say. So let's say if a person want to create a customer, so this is a form for the user. They just have to fill the information. They'll click on this add customer button. Some process will run. These information will get inserted into the respective table like that. So from user end, it will happen in this way, and from developer end, you can see it from here as well as from object browser like that. I think, I hope you all are clear till here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's go to views. We don't have any view here, indexes. So as you can see, we have all the indexes. I mean, all the indexes which is getting used in the table got created here. So you have the information of the index, like the index name and the table owner and the table name. So this is the name of the table. On this table, this index got is created. This is nothing but a primary key for this table. Okay. And if you want to see the SQL statement for this index, you can see it here under this SQL command, SQL tab. You can see the actual script. Now let's move to another object. Let me show you the procedure. Okay, no procedure, functions, no function, trigger. Yeah, so these are the triggers. So whatever you will create under your SQL workshop tab, those things will get listed here, and you can see uh, the structure of that database object and the SQL code of that database object. So as you can see, for this trigger, we have these are the information of this trigger. So the name of the trigger is, this is the name of the trigger. This is of type before each row, and this is enabled, valid, and enabled. What is the purpose of this trigger? This is going to delete, on delete, this trigger is going to get fire. So this is the event and all those stuff.
Okay.
And if you want to see the SQL statement of this trigger, you can see it here under SQL code, SQL tab. So this is the proper the script of this as a trigger. So this is how we can see all the database object over SQL workshop tab. So I think till here we all are clear.
Yes.
Yes, we're clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So as of now, I think we can do one thing now. Let's you all please create your credential in apex.oracle.com just to get familiar with the environment or the place, and navigate yourself from all these component. And next session onwards, what I'm going to do, I'm going to develop an application over. So we are going to start with Excel sheet. We will be having a lot of data in Excel sheet, and I'll be going to convert that Excel sheet data into an application like that. So that is going to our first task. We are going to make an application over Excel sheet. Okay. So I want you guys to have a look into this, the framework, and then we will get back. I'll get back to you in next session with that project session. So I'm going to develop application in front of you guys with Excel sheet first. Okay.
Yes.
So you mean to say that we are pulling the data from Excel to the DB, right?
Right. So let's say if in the Excel sheet we have 100 rows and 15 columns, we have a lot of data in that Excel sheet. So we will convert that Excel sheet data into application. So user will come to that place. They can edit and insert or update the information. So once they will update the information, how it is looking into Excel sheet, you can download the file and you can check the file. So
Okay.
that will be more like user friendly. And will be into application. We will be having a lot of feature in that app like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Saurabh, can you show one time again the sign in form, right?
yes. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a document, a stepwise document to sign up into this apex.oracle.com along with your all the validation and limitation of the stuff of all the steps. So I'll make a document, proper document, and I'll circulate among all of us. That will be actually beneficial
Yeah.
for all of us, because if you want me to create, I mean, you want me to sign up again or what?
No, just open that window. That's how you
uh, the front page you are saying, this one,
Yes, yes. Oracle, just you go to Oracle, apex.oracle.com.
apex.oracle.com. Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm here, right?
So now what you
There,
have to do,
here.
click on get started for free.
Okay.
Okay.
Get it started for free. I have to click. Okay.
Yes, now you will go to, so you have, two ways. Either you can create your account in Oracle Cloud, or you can request for free workspace. So we are going to click on this request for free workspace. You have to create a
Okay.
cloud account for this actually. So that is again another process. So as of now, we are focusing on Apex thing. So we are going to request a free workspace,
Yeah, free workspace.
and then you have to fill your credential here.
So here only I have to give the workspace, right? Feature
Right.
developer, right?
Yes, here
Yeah,
only.
anything, right?
So
Yeah.
anything, your name.
Yeah. Okay. Then only the account will be created, right?
Then your account will get created, and a mail will get you'll get a mail with the link. So you have to go to the link, you have to reset your password, and using the same password you can log in into this. So you have to enter your workspace name, your username, and your password.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
do
so
that.
don't worry about that. I'll make a proper document stepwise, that will help you to to follow all these the steps.
So, Saurabh, if you provide future workspace here, so you will connect with your workspace.
Yeah.
No, actually you will not be able to create again, because when you'll try to create future developer workspace, it will ask you that this workspace is already getting used by someone. So you will
Okay,
not be
okay.
able to create that. So you have to give your own name, anything you can give.
Okay, okay, okay. I thought it will be connected with your workspace, so you can able to see our works.
No, no. So for that, what I have to do, if you want to connect with future developer workspace, I have to create a credential for you, and I have to share that credential with you so that you can use your credential to get into that workspace.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we have, I think, 4 more minutes here. So anyone is having any other doubt?
Yeah, hi sir, Pankaj here.
Yes, Pankaj.
Yeah, actually it's a very good lecture till now.
Yeah.
So we get more hope to get means more lectures and will more enhance in our knowledge in Apex. So it's a good actually.
Yes. Thank you so much. And definitely we are
Yeah,
working on this very hard.
yeah. Actually, you have developed this future developer in your part or your end?
Yes, I have developed this application.
Yeah, actually it's a very good portal.
Okay. Thank you.
So, so,
Yeah.
so Saurav, I have one question. This front end, right? Whatever the screen we are develop, right? It will be developed in what? JavaScript.
No, so front end feature, the Apex itself will give you flexibility to develop these tabs and all those things. But to make it more beautiful or to make it more interactive with the client, you have to use some JavaScript and CSS and HTML. But that again, different. I mean, we will learn after
Okay, okay.
3-4 months. So once we will get familiar with Apex framework, how to create a tab, how to create a button, how to create a region, or maybe report or chart or dashboard. After that, we will get into HTML and JavaScript part. But
Okay.
yes,
So,
JavaScript and HTML is also getting used here.
so Apex is providing us the ready-made button and all that. Just we have to link to our procedure and all that, right?
Yes, somehow you can say not ready-made. You have to create, but again, that is declarative type. You just have to click on some buttons, some backend part, and that
Okay.
button will get created like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sort of very good night session today actually.
Okay.
First time because I learned for a long time hearing Apex, Apex, Apex. Today I came to know that what actually.
Sure. So
Thank you.
thank you so much to attending this session, and we are going to make this. We are having this lot of interruption issue. We are going to use another maybe software to record the session or to meet over a webinar. So we'll work and we'll let you know. And I'll
Okay.
share this
Thank you.
the recording session as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Saurabh.
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you
Saurabh.
so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Thank you.
Saurabh, so next session will be on next Saturday.
As of now, we have planned for next Saturday actually. But if we will be having any other plan, we will update you. As of now, we have the next Saturday's plan actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.